Hi everyone, my name is Dozy and welcome back to the channel. This here is Cafe Simulator, or more so I think it should be called Restaurant Simulator. Definitely does not give cafe vibes, but this is a demo and I thought we could start doing some demo games on the channel, start a new series similar to Freebie Fridays where we only play free games on Steam. I thought maybe playing some demos from Steam might also be a good option, as I know not a lot of people have the ability to buy full versions. Sometimes, the demos are just as good as the full game. So I thought maybe we could start playing some demos and showcase a whole variety of different games that Steam has to offer. Now, you may also notice that the game is sped up and this is a voiceover. You will also notice that my character is on the screen. I thought it might be a cute idea to include her this time around, but when I went to look back on the footage, my audio was not recorded whatsoever. So for this episode at least, we will be doing a voiceover, but all future episodes will be just me during recording, getting my initial reactions to everything that happened in the game. Now, first impressions on this game, I actually really liked it. You start off by having to tidy up your area. You have to replace the windows, replace the tiles, redo the roof. You've got to catch rats. You've got to do all this stuff. I actually really enjoyed that aspect of having to tidy it up from the ground up and get things ready. I thought that was really fun. I really enjoy customization and creation and building, so this was quite enjoyable. I think the customization in the game is actually quite good, that you can paint the ceiling, the floor, the walls, you can add light fixtures, you can add all types of furniture. You can really create something that you vibe with, and I think that's really cool. It's not like a set aesthetic. You can really do whatever you want if you really wanted to. So that part of the game is really the only part I truly enjoyed. I really just love the customization. Now, for the rest of the game, I do have quite a few complaints, and those complaints are not necessarily deal breakers, so take my opinion with a grain of salt, but I do have some conflicts with Cafe Simulator. Now, my conflicts are really with the gameplay itself. Some minor things like the music. I found the music way too loud and also kind of gave like medieval vibes, like we're going on a quest type of feel. And during the recording, when I was also trying to speak, the music just felt way too loud and it just did not fit the vibe. I feel like they should have gone for some sort of like elevator music, something very simple that would have matched a cafe feel, but also just as a gentle background music while you're playing the game. I feel like that would have been better, because whatever they had going on was just not it. Just was not it. I did not enjoy it. The other concerns and things that I did not enjoy was the fact that you need to be on your toes the whole time. I love a chaotic game, and this is going to contradict something I say a little bit later, but there's just a lot going on. a lot going on. There are homeless people that can break into your building. They can ask you for money, they can steal from you, and you have to deal with them, as the game puts it, however you see fit. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know if that means that if you give them money, they'll come back and maybe they'll give you stuff, or, I don't know what that means, but I find that to be a very strange addition. Go off, go crazy, but when I'm playing Cafe Simulator, I'm not expecting homeless people to show up at my place and break my shit. Another thing I did not like is there are random sandstorms in the middle of this forest. And it was a bit jarring when I first saw it. I was very, very confused. I don't know if there's going to be other natural disasters that come on through, but the sandstorms do in fact destroy your property. And it's a interesting element, I suppose, in order to keep the place looking good, and you have to like replace the windows and replace the tiles, but I think it's just a bit tedious and a bit unnecessary in my opinion. Maybe if this was more like, I don't know, Saloon Simulator or like a freaking Outback building type of vibe, sure, you can add your dust storms, that makes sense, but where in We're in the forest. Like, maybe make the moose run through the window or something. I don't know. But I don't know. Just something about that just did not sit well with me. I didn't really enjoy it. And it just felt like an unnecessary element that I ended up just ignoring when it happened. I fixed like a window and then just never went back to fix anything else because I was like, why would I do that? It's just gonna happen again. So I ended up not really doing much about that. Now, as you can see here, actually during the video, I'm placing outlets because a lot of the stuff actually has to be connected to electricity, and you get a bit of a tripping hazard because there are cords everywhere. So you really have to be careful about where you place everything. Also, the placement of items was a little bit iffy. I didn't fully enjoy the mechanics they implemented in term with placing objects, but it wasn't the worst I've ever experienced. It just wasn't very pleasant and very smooth. The actual gameplay of the game was one of my biggest gripes, I suppose. I spent majority of the time cleaning, decorating, all that stuff, and I was genuinely having a pretty fun time doing all of that. But when it came to what is supposed to be the gameplay element, it just felt very boring. You need to hire multiple people in order to take on multiple customers. So I only had one person hired, so I can only take one customer at a time. So you have this line of people just waiting, and you're waiting on your cook to cook the food, only to then go to their table, give them their food, and wait all over again. When it came to the gameplay, there was no gameplay. Like, I was doing more gameplay decorating the place than I was actually running my cafe. And I get it, you know, they're encouraging you to get more staff, but in a real world, no matter how many staff you have, you gotta take those orders. And this is where I contradict myself in saying that it would have been so much more fun if I could take on a bajillion orders and just have this chaotic all this chaos happening of having people sitting at tables, and maybe they're getting angry and because I'm taking too long because we only have one cook and I'm trying to get everything sorted and get their orders ready. And it would also be pretty interesting considering the customers leave tips. They also leave rubbish at your table too, which was not very pleasant. But they leave tips, and I think that would be so cool if, like, you know, they would get mad at you or something like that. I don't know. I think that kind of element would make it really fun. And as you can see here, this is where the sandstorm picks up, and I like fix one window and then I'm like, you know what, don't worry about it. I just start painting again and decorating my house, the restaurant, sorry. But yeah, no, the gameplay is definitely my biggest issue that I have with Cafe Simulator. It's just not very engaging or very fun. Maybe this would fit someone's vibe. Maybe you like the slow pace of it, but I think I was kind of expecting it to be similar to Supermarket Simulator or the Clothing Store Simulator, where you kind of start from the bottom and you still get heaps of customers. You have to kind of deal with what you've got and deal with all these customers and, you know, get all this money and all that stuff. And then as you play, you build your store. Whereas this is kind of the opposite, where you already have your store and everything built, but you can only take on like so many customers. And I think that kind of defeats the purpose. You know, it should be about having to earn the money and slowly build up. Whereas, like, I feel like my restaurant was looking pretty snazzy. I mean, I already had heaps of tables, I had my lights, I had my floors painted, I had everything ready to go. Like, I was set to play the game. But then, like I said, when it came to the gameplay element, it just wasn't fun. And then they add in some extra elements, like you have to keep catching rats, you have to sweep and mop the customers' footprints off the floor, you've got to kill cockroaches, like all of this unnecessary stuff in my opinion. It was like chaotic in all the wrong ways, not chaotic in the areas you really wanted it to be chaotic in. So overall, I would say my experience of the game was probably not great. I'd rate it like a 4 out of 10, to be honest. Maybe you guys are enjoying what you're seeing and maybe this is tickling your fancy a wee bit. but for me, it just wasn't doing it. This is a demo, so you are welcome to check out the demo on Steam for Cafe Simulator, as it is free. Tell me what you thought in the comments below. Do you like Cafe Simulator? Does what I'm showing you here interest you in any way to try or buy Cafe Simulator? Let me know. I would love to hear your opinions. But that is going to be the end of my review. That is all I have to say. I hope you all enjoyed. Sorry that it is a voiceover and not my recording software just cut out, but sorry that it's a voiceover and not the actual gameplay. Hopefully the next demo will be fine. You'll get to see my live reaction to everything. That'll be really good. But until then, I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day or night, wherever you are from, wherever you're watching this from. Hopefully I'll see you all in the next video. Let me know your thoughts and opinions in the comments below. Make sure to like or dislike the video and subscribe if you enjoyed the content, or want to check out more content on my channel, because I have quite a bit going around. But yeah, until then, I hope you all are doing absolutely wonderful, and I'll see you all in the next video. So bye everyone. Bye bye.